mic's fucked.
Fish? No. Nope.
Also, your mic
I'll be on afterwards. It's probably going to be until about like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Maybe even 12, depending on what's happening.
Yo, your mic is really staticky.
Oh, thanks for telling me. Thanks for telling
So.
me. Okay, there we go. All right, man.
Yeah.
I'll check you later.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix my stream right now.
All right, man. If you still need help after I'm doing mine, I'll set you up.
Like, it's capturing my mic. It says it's capturing my microphone, but it's actually not playing on Twitch.
So like when you talk, the audio meter starts going.
Yeah.
Um,
and no playback through Twitch at all. Like, it captures game sounds perfectly, captures everything else except for my microphone, even though it's lighting up.
I have no clue. I'll try to help you afterwards, man. All right. I'll see you later, man.
Getting a friend who's also streams, trying to get his settings, so wait for him to pop on.
All right. See you, man. Okie dokie. I don't even have my lights set up correctly or anything. I was like, I need to go live stream right now because Bitcoin's going crazy. So when we were down here, I put in a long position. I think I put my entry around here. And once I saw that RSI on the 30-minute bounce off the 50, I knew it. I was like, oh God, my short's gonna be stopped out, but at least I got this long in beforehand. So I actually did take some profits on my long right here. And then I try to put in a short position, but it does look like it's actually gonna go to the upside. Now, question is, I did set my stop loss for that short, like right here. My worry right now is if this does turn into a rejection off the top, I will be stopped out. I put my stop loss. What did I have my stop loss at? I think I have it right down here, about $7,836. Yeah, I'll let some more people stack in, and we'll start talking about what's happening because this is exciting. In the meantime, I will fix my lights real quick because it does not look good. Do this. Video capture device, configure video. Blah 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 blah. I think I gotta turn my exposure down. And that's a little bit too dark. But also turn my gain up a little bit. I think the lights are just too bright in general. Turn that down a little bit. Turn this one down a little bit. Actually, turn the exposure up. Oh, now I'm super white. Okay. I think that's perfect right there. That's gonna have to work. Until I get my another light out here. Okay. So I do have a long open. Good. Short got stopped out. Money flow's looking good. RSI is looking good. Not on the 5-minute, obviously. But on the 30-minute, I think we are getting a bounce out of the oversold. Come on, load. Fishy, go lay down, buddy. Oh, we are that RSI is. That's a high RSI. Let me see the 2-hour. Okay, so if we don't continue, we are going to get rejected here, which is to be expected. But then we can come back down, test the 50, and then go ahead and continue this if it wants to. Question is do I want to try this again? $7,943. Why is there a question mark like Bitcoin didn't just blast off? Because that is just a copy and paste from my previous live streams. All right. So when I was talking about testing the 50, I was looking down here in this pattern. I was looking at the 30-minute, and you can see that we've got a bounce. We got 2 bounces off the 50, which was a bullet. That was pretty much your bullish sign right before this pump. That could have told you, hey, we might be seeing some upside. And actually, right beforehand, in the Discord, I mean, not the Discord, but the, Where did that? What did I say? Yeah, at 4 o'clock today, I said, I just got a second bounce of the 30-minute RSI. We could see some upside. And then a couple hours later, boom, bada bing. Boom, bing, 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 bong. Lots of upside. Now the question is, like I said, do we get rejected at this fib? I think we might, depending on what happens next, because RSI is pretty high. So if it does not continue to pump right now and get past this resistance, I do think we would be falling probably back to, let's see, I'm not sure. We'll probably fall back to about 7,700, find support there. And if it does want to continue, we'll probably have to put in a kind of a bullish pendant or a bull flag, around that range, starting here. So that's my thought process on that. How far do you expect it to go up? So do you think we broke sustainability? Um, like I said, if we do not continue pumping here and we stay around this range for a little bit longer, that's going to be the sign to a lot of people that this might have to just, cool off for a hot second because this RSI is pretty high, to be honest. But if we do, actually break this resistance, I would be targeting the 1.272 next, and that would be at about 8.3K. Obviously, we have this little bit of price action here that could hold it up at about 8.1K, but that shouldn't be that much of a problem if we actually do break this. So I'd probably be expecting 8.3, 8.5, and if we get past that, we can see $9,000. The technical target off of this ascending triangle that we've been building, and what do I mean by ascending triangle? We can see that this 3-day Ganfan, well, just macro Ganfan, okay, was our baseline support starting this. And we are working with this particular resistance right here, meaning ascending triangle, which means that our target would come out to about $9,114. Obviously, we would probably get stopped out at some horizontal resistance, and if anything, definitely this Ganfan right here. So that's what I'm looking at in the longer term perspective. But as of right now, I have a feeling that we might just cool off here, build a bull flag, build a pendant that would help us, gain that momentum to blast off upwards, continue this little uptrend that we're currently in. But I could be wrong. I could just make that mistake, and this could just start shooting up. Because as of right now, the RSI is in the bullish control zone. So we'll see in a couple minutes, actually, probably, what this decides to do. So I actually went back on my original trade. So I didn't lose anything, some market fees, but negligible. I just put in another short because I am afraid that this wick right here is just kind of, one of those little tiny wicks that wicks you out and then it starts going back down to the downside. So I just want to make sure I reopen that trade. I think I'm going to move my, let's see, I'll put my stop loss right above this. So at about 8,030 is where I will put my stop loss on that short. 8,030 seems good to me. Alrighty. And if it goes up any further, I might DCA a little bit. Let's see. Entry. Yeah, so I'm not too far away from entry. We're a Gucci. Man, this has been quite the day. Not exactly happy that my short got stopped out. Because I was definitely 5.5K, I think would have been better as a bottom than this would have been, just in the macro scale. But I'm not mad about losing money or anything. I definitely made profit for the day, but I was hoping to see 5.5K. I wasn't gonna be buying anything there. Like I said, I tell a lot of people this. I make my money from Bitcoin, and I dollar cost average by trading Bitcoin. So I don't, throw cash at it a whole lot. And I've been DCAing buys ever since we started getting down in this range. I had a little bit of cash left over for 5.5K, but I didn't want to see 5.5K just for me to add to my Bitcoin. Well, obviously through trading, add. But I think that would have been a better test. I think, because my what I'm afraid of here is if we do actually, I think I might put my stop loss a little bit higher. What would my stop loss be if that's the case? Let's see. Entry was right about here. That'd be a okay. So yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll put it up there because that makes a lot more sense with that 3-day gone fan there. So that's about 8,110. Okay. I'm doing this because I think the RSIs needs to cool off. Otherwise, and also you can see we're kind of getting another bearish divergence off of this wave to this wave. So that might come into effect here soon. Is it possible that we reverse here soon? Definitely. Like I said, I think the RSIs need a second to cool off. I think it needs to build some kind of pendant. Maybe it gets trapped between this 3-day gone fan and this one, and then it builds kind of a pendant or a bull flag from there. But could be wrong. Could be wrong. But it's just an inkling, especially with this starting to form a bearish divergence wave. Ronnie, what's up, man? And I was so scrambling when I started the stream, I didn't say hi to you guys. So Mr. Thakas, what's up, buddy? JJ, Chainwax, what's up, man? Rafa, what's up? What's going on, man? So when is it going to drop? I don't think it's going to drop anytime soon. I do think there will be a little bit of a consolidation around this region before it starts continuing upwards. At this point, it's kind of irreversible. We have the inverse head and shoulders. We're broken out above the 1. We're at least going to go up to 8.5K, if not 9K. But in the grand scheme of things, we might actually be continuing a downtrend. This is just a retest to the upside to confirm some resistances as we go along. If that is the case, I think in probably a month or two, we will see 5.5K if that is the case, depending on how things go. Just my thoughts on what could be happening, or this could be the bottom and the start of a bull market. Don't know. We'll play it as we go, but as of right now, I'm long. Well, not right now. On my Scalp account, I am short, and I'm probably gonna wait for this particular gone fan. It's too late for me now to enter a long on my swing account. But once that gets broken, I'll put myself into a long, set my stop loss down here, enjoy the ride up, take my profits, look for that next range that I'm working with, and churn the profit train. Sir, kite shorting is illegal. Yeah, this morning, so like whenever I wake up and I have a Coinbase notification that, Ethereum or XRP or any altcoin is up 10%, kind of just leads the day. Not gonna lie, it pretty much tells me that today is gonna be a bullish day, whether it's for Bitcoin, whether it's altcoins, and I kind of just that's how I start my days off. So whenever I see that notification, it kind of just tells me what's going on. Let's put on some background music. Dude, I've been addicted to the Siege lately. Most of his older songs, I don't really like all his newer songs, but I think they're pretty cool, pretty neat. My mama told me that I need to get up and I need to get my ass out the couch. She said if you ain't gonna get to this money, then you need to get your ass out the house. She said don't you come up in here without a plan, boy, without a check in your hand. I got the message, she was spread thin, so a nigga had to expand. I am the monster that lives in the lot. I sent some children to shoot up your shot. Hitting that first gone fan. They're not gonna be daily for too much longer. This is the last daily stream. And then we're going back to our Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. As always, if something exciting's happening, I'll hop on stream for a little bit if I have the time, if I'm around. But I want to make sure that it's a set schedule, and I want to make sure that there's a day in between, so I have something to talk about new every single stream, rather than, okay, we're in the same pattern. Here's the same, the same information. I know a lot of you guys, you guys come in to hang out. It's not directly for price action, but I think it is, since this is a Bitcoin-centric channel. I would like to have something to talk about initially. Get the conversation rolling. I hate this lighting. Hold on, I think I have a solution. I think if I move out, if I move this right here. Oh, I think that's way better. I'm a little bit overexposed, but that's easily fixed. Well, I want to turn that up until I can't see that shadow in the bottom left, bottom right. Oh, I'm blinded. All right, let's go to streaming software. Click on this and probably turn this down a notch or two. Oh, I just messed everything up. Oh my god. Turn that up. Shoot. Okay, turn that down. Turn the gain up. White balance. That look good? I think that's good. Alright, cool. Should you short at AK? I'm taking a good risk to reward short on my scalp account, not on my swing account. Obviously, it's not a swing short because we're above a macro resistance. If you wanted to take a swing long, you could wait for this resistance to get broken, or you could take your entry somewhere around here. I'd probably wait for rejection and then for it to come back down, and then probably get an entry somewhere around here. Set your stop loss. So I would say set your stop loss. Your stop loss would probably have to be below this, to be honest, for it to be a safe stop loss. So probably like 5, 6, 6.5x is probably a good leverage for that. But the RSI is crazy high right now. I don't think this has much longer to pump. Let's go ahead and look at the 6 hour. This is taking forever to load recently. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, 1 hour RSI is high as well. I mean, the 6 hour, my bad. I do think it needs to cool off, so I think we will get rejected somewhere around here. And then fall back down to a lower support, even as low as around 7,700. But building up maybe a bullish pendant. Probably my best guess would probably be maybe even a little bit higher, maybe somewhere around here. Maybe between these two lines, building a little flag here. Yeah, like as long as it hasn't actually officially got a bounce out of the oversold territory, technically it is in the bullish control zone. I am aware of that. I'm just taking into account the possibility of us having to cool down the RSI in order for us to continue. Which wouldn't be a bad thing. It definitely wouldn't. Especially to get past this particular Gonfan right here. You can see even over here, we had a nice bounce off of this Gonfan before we actually broke through it. Just to make sure that that wasn't officially going to break. You see it was the support right here. So I think that will be held. Let's see. This would be a pretty decent trade. All right, so entry here. Probably about 12% on the scalp. That's not too bad. I would love to see it just kind of bounce between this. That would be easy as hell to trade. I would love that. Okay, gonna be honest, lights are too bright for me. Lights are too bright. Too bright for Kite. Losing my mind.
Humans came from faraway lands to trade ideas and knowledge. Villages gathered to break bread and share food. The great expanse could be seen without the need of devices, but mankind's imagination could not be contained. And we, the new gods, were born.
Yeah, this ascending broadening wedge is a bearish pattern, but ascending broadening wedges definitely do have a better chance of breaking out to the upside than just straight bear flags. And us holding support here for quite a while was probably the most bullish sign, because just, you know, typical Elliott wave theory. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on this wave right here, you want to see it hold support on this wave, and that would be an indication that it's actually going to, you know, break out to the upside. I mean, obviously the RSI led the way on that one for me, at least. I don't typically use Elliott wave theory. It's not my bread and butter whatsoever. Yes, I have a 45 degree on both. One trick to Gon fans, what you want to do is after getting them set up properly the first time, you want to make sure that Gon fans are being respected. If you can see multiple touches along a Gon fan, you know that you have it set up correctly. And one way of doing that is, okay, I'll show you real quick. All right, so it doesn't matter your zoom whatsoever, okay? So starting with this, we'll get our trend angle tool, okay? Most of this is not going to matter pretty soon as we drop out of this. Pump out of this. Okay, we get our 45s. Get our Gon fans. Okay, we set them down initially to see where they land. Okay. And you can see this looks way different than what I originally had. Okay. So the objective is trying to get everything to match up perfectly. You can see how my price action is dropping out of these Gon fans and not really respecting them. So what you want to do is we're probably going to want to zoom in a little bit. Okay. Just take it in one notch. Okay. Adjust the Gon fans. They look a little bit better. Okay. Do one more notch. That's perfect. And then just move the other one to the correct position. And then that's how you get your Gon fans to be absolutely perfect. Okay. Just use previous price action to, you know, kind of make that happen. So RSI is pretty damn simple, to be honest. All you really need to know on the RSI, okay, is 50, 70, and 30. Okay, this is just the regular default RSI, no settings changed whatsoever. Okay, so the 50 is kind of your trend indicator. It can be an early warning sign for breakouts. One example of that is over here. I was playing this just my regular trading style. Okay, I'm trading tops and bottoms until it doesn't work. But when I took this long, I exited it right here. The reason why I did that was we got rejected off the 50. That was my early warning sign that that particular pattern was going to break out to the downside. So that allowed me to get out of my position early and save me a stop loss. And I just let my swing trade take over, and I took some profits on my swing trade on the way down. So that's one way of doing it. If you're above 70, while you're above 70, you are technically in the bullish control zone. If you are below 70, you are typically in the bearish control. I mean, not below 70, but below 30, you are in the bearish control zone. Hopefully I said bullish on 70. I don't know. But when you get a bounce out of it, that is a pretty good sign that you're going to have to cool off and either one, come down and test the 50 or even lower, depending on what supports get broken at the time. Okay. And that's pretty much it. If you're working with smaller time frames, you really want to make sure that you are paying attention to support and resistance on the RSI. Even for the higher time frames, it's definitely what you want to be looking at. Just like on price action, you'll have patterns on the RSI, typically ascending, descending triangles, maybe pendant formations. But watch out for those and make sure that you're drawing the correct resistances. You can see right here, using these two, okay, you can see we were above the resistance on the RSI for quite a while before we actually had a lift off. And then once we actually confirmed support on it, then we actually had our initial spike. All right. And pick 4 different time frames within a factor of 2. Okay. So I use 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, and 15 minute to make my decisions. And you have to be able to identify that all of them are the same exact thing. They are just different resolutions of the same thing. And a good way of showing you that would be the market cipher B. Do I really want to set this up? Yeah, I'll set it up for you guys. I'll show you. All right, so we'll add market cipher B to all these. The same thing goes for the RSI. It's just a little bit different. Market cipher B. We have to unlink time and interval. God, my stuff is lagging. Oh, that's why I have Modern Warfare open. Okay. If there was any lagginess in the stream, it should be gone in just a second. Okay. Alright, so let's do this. Alright, so if I change this to a 15 minute, this to a 30 minute, this to an hourly, and this to a 2 hour, okay? If I go to every single wave, okay? Alright, so if we look at my crosshair on the 2 hour, okay? You can see right here on the 15 minute, we curved down, we had a crest, okay? And then it goes up to the upside. What do you see on the 30 minute? We have a crest, goes to the downside, goes up. What do you see on the 2 hour? Absolutely nothing, because that's all in the same exact wave. All of this right here, all of that momentum happened in this wave right here, all in the same exact wave. Okay, when you see the 15 minute come down, have its its trough, and then start turning the upside, you see the same exact thing on the 30 minute, just a smaller version. You see the same exact thing on the 1 hour, just a smaller version. You see the same exact thing on the 2 hour, just a smaller version. They are all the same exact thing. They are just different resolutions of the same wave. And you just have to view it like that. So that way, you know that you're looking at the same exact thing, just a different resolution. So you're not constantly switching time frames and getting mixed signals. They are all the same exact thing, but it's a gigantic game of dominoes. The 15 minute affects the hour, the 30 minute, 30 minute affects the 1 hour, so on and so on and so on. That's why even if you are, trading bigger time frames, bigger swing trades, you have to pay attention to the lower time frames because they can really tell you what's happening, and that can carry over to the higher time frames. If you have a really high RSI on the 15 minute, but kind of, not that high on the 30 minute, the 15 minute RSI can make the 30 minute RSI go back down and test the 50, so on and so on and so on, no matter how you're doing it. So if you are using Market Cipher B, this is one way of visualizing it, and kind of how I determined that for confirmation method back a couple months ago. And that's why I made the video, just to kind of show people that if you're trading with the bigger, broader perspective, but taking into account the smaller dominoes, you can have really good trades because you're paying attention to the micros at the same time as the macros and making them all work together. And that's one, that's why I made that, because it's very, very easy to trade. But like I said, over time, I realized that if you're always focused on indicators, you will not have the best entries, no matter what. It could be the best indicator in the possible world. There is no way to get an exact entry besides support and resistance, and that's it, period. We can go back to our regular charts now. We can do all this. Make this 3, and then sync it all up. Cool. Short's working out. Not in profit yet. I'm still at 0.59%, negative 0.59%. I don't know if I'll be doing, like I said, after today, it goes back to the regular schedule. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. Most likely. Probably not all the time, but that is what I'm going to try to do. In terms of the end time, I will always start at 8 p.m. or a little bit sooner sometimes. Depends on what's happening. Like today, I wanted to hop on live stream, make sure that I'm sharing this price action with you guys, and telling, just enjoying it as it happens. Now the short's working out, up about 2% so far. There it goes. It's gone again. I hate these times. Let's look at some of our waves. We got bullish convergence on the 1 hour. On the 2 hour, bullish convergence. Some exaggerated bearish divergence so far. RSI is starting to tilt downwards. That is some bearish divergence right there that could bring us back down to the downside. Just a little bit. I'm not saying full downside. I'm just saying build a pattern so that we can continue to the upside. That is all. Yeah, no, watching the live streams after they happen isn't quite as exciting. There's a lot of good information in them, definitely to cover and, review on, but, I get the appeal to that. Maybe, just maybe, depending on, maybe I'll set a milestone and I'll change up my schedule a little bit. We'll probably do, if I can get like a consistent 100 viewers, every single stream, then I'll start streaming more often, because that means there's more people to watch, and my reach is getting larger. So at that point, maybe what I'll do is, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll do nighttime streams for people that work, in the US and they can't get in during the day. And then maybe on Tuesday, Thursday, maybe Friday, and I'll have Sunday off. I'll do earlier streams, so maybe like around 1 p.m. EST to maybe 5 p.m. EST. Maybe that's something that I will do, depending on what's happening. But I just want to make sure that the demand for it is there. Yes. So in the description, you'll find a Patreon to, well, obviously my Patreon, where I have a Telegram group for $50 a month. So if you do want just what am I doing at that current moment, what are my trades, obviously I try to give a lot more information than just this is my entry, this is my stop loss, this is my target. I try to give you the exact reason why I enter those trades on every single post that I make. And obviously I do daily outlooks as well. But if you wanted to have one-on-ones, I offer $500 in cash, $450 in crypto. You get 2 sessions a week, and they usually last about an hour and 30 minutes. Sometimes I've gone all the way up to 2 hours and 30 minutes, depending on what's happening. It's all dependent on the person, how much attention they need, everything like that. But that is a lifetime. So you get access to not just the Telegram, but also the Discord for a lifetime. And also, as long as you need those sessions. Typically, people only need about 4, maybe 5 sessions before they really have like an ideal of what they need to do. And then they'll kind of back it down to maybe like 1 session every week, or maybe 1 session every 2 weeks, just to kind of catch up, talk about the trades they made, anything like that. So that is something that I do. What do you recommend getting out of a heavy losing trade? How heavy, man? I don't want to say no, because I do think that we could cool off and maybe fall down to this Gon fan again. I'm not sure. The fact is I do think that we're going up. So whether you exit now or exit later, that is up to you. But I do think that we are eventually going to break past this particular Gon fan and this particular, hold this as support and maybe build up a little bit of a pendant right here and then officially go up to the upside, reaching, 8.3, 8.5, 9K as we go along. So it's totally up to you, man. But I am so sorry that you got yourself into that. 44%. What's up, man? There's always a point of failure in a trade. There's always a point in failure in a trade, and just learning how to identify that and when to get out is going to be your best bet. Was it a scalp that had a really high leverage, or was it a swing trade that you took, somewhere down here? Davis, that is awesome, man. I would be ecstatic if that was me. Woo-wee! We're up 4% on our short right now. Like I said, if it comes down to, I would say if it comes back down to 7,700, I'll probably take my profits on that short. 5%. Let's go. Keep going. I have a feeling I'm going to say that and just going to straight up. Scalp high leverage. Was it from this flag right here? Because if it's from this flag right here, I mean, this is your resistance. And if you're playing a scalp, make sure that you are playing a scalp. Okay, because this is a scalping pattern. This is your resistance. Set your stop loss like right about here. As it continues, move your stop loss higher and higher and higher. Until you do have a breakout to the downside. This would be your point of failure. Okay. 7,729 is where you should have exited that scalp position. The blood diamond didn't play out. Guess too much momentum to the upside. Yeah, it sounds a little bit of a time schedule. Yeah, definitely. That's something that I would do if the demand was there. So I think at 100 viewers, I'll change up my schedule a little bit. Because then, I feel like I would be kind of that would be a full-time streamer. 100 viewers definitely by, the metrics on Twitch or anything. Definitely is not a crazy amount of viewers, but that would be crazy for me, at least. And I would definitely owe you guys a lot. So I would change up my schedule to really give back for what you guys are giving me. Kite, you think we won't go back to 6K or 6.5K? Not right now. Like I said, it's already sealed. I think that we are going to be going up to the upside and building a pattern here to project ourselves upwards even further. Let the RSIs cool off, all that fun stuff. But in terms of, do I think we're eventually ever going to go back down to 6.5? I don't want to say that with definitive answer, but I do think that this little uptrend here, okay, it definitely could be a macro bottom, but I would expect for us to get rejected at this Gon fan and continue this downtrend for a little bit longer until we hit 5.5K. Because like I said, 5.5K is a huge number that if it gets hit and confirmed support, that would show institutions, that would show traders, that would show everybody that the previous support of the bear market that broke downwards to 3.1K is now the new support, and that could actually lead to an actual bull cycle. That's why 5.5K for me at least would be a great number for us to find support on and hit and test. That's why I really wanted to see it now, but if I have to wait a little bit longer, so be it. As we go along, we'll kind of figure that out. And if we do break this Gonfan up here, I do think we could see 10.1. This is our 8-to-1 Gonfan at $11,185. If we break that, that is very, very bullish. Because if we break that 8-to-1 Gonfan, I mean, $14,000 is right around the corner. A little bit too far away to start talking about that, but hell, it could happen. But as of right now, our target is the length of this arm, okay, from this head and shoulders pattern. So if anything, we would get up to this Gonfan. So when you have a target like this, okay, you can't just say, all right, straight line up, my target is $10,100. Since this arm came from this Gonfan, you have to assume that this arm is also going to land on that Gonfan because it's a dude going like this instead of just like this. So that's why I think we will probably get stopped out and start turning to the downside around this Gonfan. Keep going down. Go down, Bitcoin. Go down. Okay, this retrace to 7,500. I'm trapped in a short. I do think we will get a retrace. I'm not sure if it will go back down to 7,500. If anything, I think it will find support along this Gonfan, probably around 7,600, and then work up from there. This being the support, this being the resistance, and then build a little bit of a pendant here. If that did happen, let's see what our target would be actually. That would bring us up to, would you look at that? Right up to this Gonfan. So we'll see as time goes out. Obviously, we have a couple of days, 10 days that this could actually form. Do I think it's going to take that long? Maybe not. But it's definitely a possibility. I think that's burnt. I'm gonna go turn on my air conditioner real quick. I'll be right back. How many hours do I trade a day? Well, I guess you could say I'm trading all day, but I have pre-planned trades that typically take, quite a while to work themselves out. I definitely have my charts open all day so I can watch them. But I work from home. I make all my money from Bitcoin. So I just sit at my computer. I do sessions. I do live streams. I play Call of Duty, play Rocket League, trade. So pretty much all day. That's why I switched to pod systems, because it was way less hassle. Even though ever since I started vaping, you had to build your coils yourself. There was no pre-builts, but now pre-builts, I still hate having to put pre-builts in. But pod systems, you got juice in it, you got a coil, you just let it do what it's got to do. Okay, that's better. I feel like that's your motto now. I have 0% nicotine in my vape. No, if I feel like it's a good resistance, I will short it. That's how I am able to get such good entries, so that my stop losses are better and I can use higher leverage. Definitely the thing that kind of told me that this was going to be a top right here, well, temporary top, is RSI is way too damn high. The price of rent is too damn high. And the RSI. All right, fish. You want on my lap? Come here. I got some room to move the camera down. You can't see fish. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend 100x either. That is, not only is that technically a bad idea, I'm glad you did well with it. That's one way to die early as well, because all that stress on your heart. Oh man, that's like taking everything that, like, let's say you hit the jackpot at a casino and you're like, you know what? Let's go to roulette and put everything on black. And then you spin the wheel and that your heart's racing, you're sweating, everybody's watching you, and then you lose it all. And then you drink. My MACD settings are exactly default. So 12 and 26, signal smoothing 9, just regular old default. My colors are changed. I changed my colors a little bit. Oh. Don't you sneeze on me. Here, you want to sit up? Want to sit up? Oh, God. Stop. Kite, if I was leverage trading was not an option, would you still be trading? Yeah, definitely. Like trading regularly without a large portfolio, that is hard and very tedious and would take quite a bit of time. But I do have a pretty large portfolio, so if I was just doing regular trades, I wouldn't have any problem with it. Well, particularly this Gone fan right here. I mean, this is a 3-day Gone fan. So this is a huge resistance to start off with, and I don't think it would just be instantly smashed through. It wasn't even instantly smashed through over here. I mean, obviously you could say right here it was, but this was something that does not happen often. This had not happened for like, I think it was 6 years where we haven't had a pump like that. You know, within 24 hours. Obviously, we've had many great pumps, but over the course of, you know, a week, that was spectacular. That's not going to happen again for a while. But right here, you can see held support. We retested the upside because we needed that confirmation in order to actually break down through this. So that's why I am assuming that this is going to hold for just a hot second. I think we do need to form some sort of pattern along it in order for us to actually break through it. If not, I'll get stopped out. I'll take a long, set my stop loss down here, skyrocket up.
All my life I've barely spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth, it is an omen.
Yes, I know, but that's why I'm asking on your opinion on several breakout scenes. You have any scenario to discuss after breaking the large resistances here? Not particular. Fish, okay, you're gonna have to do something. Either sit down. Let's see. We really haven't had a range like this for quite a while. Maybe this right here, this little this inverted head and shoulders. You can see we came out to a Gone fan. We had to put in some sort of pattern before we actually broke out above. Right here, we had to put in some sort of pattern before we broke out again. And that can all be symbolized by us retesting the 50. You can see right here, it skyrockets up. RSI gets too high. It has to come back down, test the 50. Once it gets a bounce off the 50, then it can skyrocket up again. But until then, I don't think we're going to see it going up. Let's see if that was the case right here. Right here, we got a bounce out of the oversold territory. We come up, we come a little bit past the 50, and then we get rejected at it, and then we can actually fall past that line. So that's why I'm saying RSI is a little bit too high. It needs to cool off. It needs to come back down, test the 50. Once I see that happen, if I do see a bounce, that will be an early confirmation that we are going to be getting a breakout to the upside. Everybody's still so bearish or unsure about the larger reverse. Like, I'm not bearish right now. Like, I'm definitely thinking that it will break out to 9K, or at least 8.5K. I'm just saying that as of this very second, I do think that it needs to form some sort of pattern in order to continue pushing upwards. But in terms of, is this going to be the start of a bull market? Debatable, but I don't think so. I really think the bull market needs to start at a support of 5.5K. That is just my opinion, and based on what I see on the charts and what I would view, me personally, as a spectacular risk to reward trade in terms of, you know, DCAing or buying Bitcoin straight up. So the 50 on what time frame again? Typically for these larger pattern breakouts, you know, like these ones right here, you're gonna be looking at like a 2 hour for like larger patterns like this. But I'd probably be looking at like the 30-minute for the next one. You can see right here, 30-minute came down, tested the 50, lift off. Right here, came down, tested the 50, lift off. This one was a bounce out of the oversold, so that one was a little bit different of a story. Let's see if I can find any more of these little bounces. Let's see. Right here, once we were above the 50, came down, we found support on it, lift off, came back down, tested the 50, lift off. Hey, fish, what are you? Okay, that's cute. You can do that. Who knew CBD treats were magic? Because Fish has been such a good boy. I think I'm still overexposed. I mean, sorry, I try to be a pretty boy even though I'm not one.
Trying to bring you down, but for real, you might as well give up now. Think you got a chance, but I don't see how. Got a real tight grip when I hold that crown. My life been good.
50, is that a fib line or EMA? No. So on the RSI, you'll have 3 points where you really want to pay attention. 70, 50, and 30. Okay. If you're getting a bounce off the 50, like right here, that is a early warning sign that you will have upside action. Okay. If you get a rejection at the 50, like over here, that is an early warning sign that you'll have a breakout to the downside. And another pattern that you would like to see is the MACD cross, okay? Typically, you're looking for 3. I think this time we got 4 or 5, okay? But whenever you see this particular pattern like this, okay? Right here, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and we almost got 5. When you start seeing the MACD cross do that, that is telling you that there's going to be a significant move coming. And if it's on a higher time frame, you better bet your bottom dollar it's going to be a crazy move. Okay? So that's one indication that this was coming. Where's your yellow Gone fan set from? That is a macro chart. Just like that. And we were sticking between the 0.618 and the 0.5 fib lines on the logarithmic macro scale, just bouncing between those. Currently, we're trying to break out above the 0.618, which we're trying to get past this Gonfan first, and then we would come up to this Gonfan right here at about, if we go straight up, 9.2. But then this fib line is at about 10,102. And, I mean, our 8-to-1 is over here. Fishy. I need to get the comber. He is shedding. I don't know where I put that either. I actually have no clue what brand of CBD treats they are. They have a Dalmatian on the front. That's all I know. But they're made for small dogs. They're just 7 milligrams. And they said 2 every 12 hours is safe. So I've been giving them to him for the past couple of days. He has been definitely not as much of a crybaby. And he's much more relaxed when I'm trying to do things. He still barks when people open the door, but is what it is. Kite, how many years have you been trading? You seem to know so much. I've been trading for a little bit under a year. I'll show you the exact points where I started and then when I started to get good. Okay. So I started pretty much in this pocket right here. Okay. That's when I started using leverage trading, starting to accrue knowledge. I didn't get good at trading until this piece of price structure right here. So about 120 days is my learning curve when I really started to pick up. Obviously, I've learned a ton more since that point, but that's when I really started to, really pick up the profit and really start getting some good trades. Now, in the beginning, I was using not good risk management and higher leverage. I got pretty lucky, made a lot of money to my portfolio, but then said, okay, you made all this money, start looking at risk management, make sure that you keep it. And my profit, it's definitely slowed down in terms of what I was making, but at least this way I know that I'm going to be making consistent profit, that I know that if I do lose a trade, I will still be in profit long term. So I'm just happy that I found something that works for me and I'm consistently profitable at, and rest is history. And that's why I spend so much time like re-answering your guys' questions when you ask them and do these one-on-ones, is because I know firsthand everything that you guys are going through, whether it's revenge trading and trying to catch up to your losses and putting yourself in even more loss, going to bed and crying at night because you lost so much that day. Just everything that you guys have gone through, I know how to kind of mitigate that. And if I can help someone for, $500, help them not lose thousands, that's I love that. I definitely do, because it's definitely a small fee. Okay, $500. I know it's to some people it's like, hey man, that's like half my rent right there. But if you're trying to trade and you want to be serious about it, that is why I do it. I definitely could be charging a lot more, but I just feel like starting out, I want to make sure that people have the ability, no matter what their income is, to, kind of save up for it or anything like that and really take advantage of it while it lasts. Because as this channel grows and as I get more people included in those one-on-ones, I'm definitely going to have to change the structure of what I do with it, whether it's increase the price so that not as many people are coming in so often, or, group it up into class sessions. Like let's say I have 1,000 people in this one-on-one group. There is absolutely no way I can get to everybody individually unless I literally, from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep, hour after hour, get to these sessions. And I'll be able to get to, probably like 16 people a day. Let's see. So about 100 people a week. So there will be a huge waiting list. But if it ever did get to that point, I would either have to quit doing that and just teach from live streams and, answer people questions over text whenever they do text me. Or clump people up, say like take a group of 5 and say, okay, everybody needs to be here at this time. we're doing a group session, and we'll, kind of break it up that way. However it goes. Do you still use Market Cipher regularly? Not as much. I definitely take a look at it from time to time, see what those momentum waves are saying. But I definitely focus more on RSI and then MACD for general momentum trends. And then money flow is one of my hugest indicators besides RSI. Mrs. G, what's going on? How you doing? Melatonin for Fish. I'm just catching up with the stream. Well, I don't need him to sleep. I just need him to be chillaxed. Because Fish, he'll tear out his paws because he's bored. Even though I buy him a million toys. Anything like that. And the CBD, like, it's pretty much knocked that out. Like, he no longer, tears out his paws. Anything like that. It's a party. I'll cry if I want to. Bro, $50 per month for Discord is a ripoff. For CryptoFace, it's far more worth it in the long run. Yeah, because he offers a lifetime. But he also, that comes with a disclaimer as well. Since it is a lifetime membership, I mean, out the gate, if you break mine down, $50 a month, you're paying one Bitcoin, so you're paying about, as of right now, about $8,000 for Telegram. And I mean, the Whale Crew, which is essentially what my Telegram is. You're paying, let's see, you're paying for about, that'd be 40 months? 40 months outright. So it's kind of like the deal, like, if you buy like an Xbox membership and you buy a year, you get, you don't have to pay as much, but you're buying a year. That's pretty much why I do it like that. And it's just a monthly thing. Like if you don't like what you see, or, you feel like you don't need it because you've definitely stepped up your trades and you know what you're doing now, leave the group. That's why I have it structured like that. But the one-on-ones, you get Discord, Telegram, and one-on-ones for $500. So, I mean, if that is something that you were looking at where, Whale Crew, $800, me, $500 plus lessons. I'm not trying to be like, pick me over CryptoFace. I'm just saying, I think it's fair. How low do you think we'll go before we close at 15 minutes above 8K? So I do think, I mean, obviously we're starting to get rejected here. We'll kind of see as we go along. We definitely could hold support here and just build kind of a pendant out this way and then break out to the upside. But as well as that, we could drop down all the way to this Gonfan and just hold support and kind of bounce between this 3-day and this one right here, leading up to a breakout with this target right here, about 9,050. Yeah, because a lot of the stuff that I go over in one-on-ones, I teach from time to time here on live streams. Gonfan setups, how to set up your charts, how to read indicators. I'll go over that information with you. But if you feel like you need personal, requirements, like, you need someone talking to you, you need real-time questions being answered, anything like that, that's what the one-on-ones are for. But if you guys ask a question, I'm not going to withhold information because I want to save it for people that are paying. I just want to make sure that you guys get what you need because, like I said, I've been through this. I know it's hard to trade, and I want to make sure that you guys are profitable because there's some easy mistakes that some people are making where that could pretty much turn your entire account around long term. Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate that. Dude, we're almost to our 100 viewer goal. So if we hit that tonight, I'm kind of going to regret my words because I'm not ready to start that schedule. The only reason I don't cry now. That's kind of creepy, but also thank you. Yeah, man, trading, it's a long-term game. The best thing that you can start off with is risk management so that you don't lose the money that you're, trading with, so that, you can no longer learn. So I'll be honest, I never liked paper trading. If someone really needs it, okay, you're gonna have to go down, you're fat. Okay. If someone really needs it, I'll suggest it, because at some points you gotta have to take a step back and say, hey, I'm losing a lot of money, even with risk management. I need to look at what I'm doing wrong, and then go paper trade on like testnet or something like that. So learning risk management, making sure that you're keeping the money and, at least losing it slowly as you learn, that is probably the most essential step starting off. That scared me. My air conditioner turned on, and I did not, I didn't even not know that was even off. I'll put my camera up a little bit. I definitely want to get a professional camera. I don't think I need it, because I think this looks halfway decent for a webcam. But as we upgrade and as we go on, maybe I'll upgrade things. Because I definitely want to build the channel. I want to reach as many people as possible and definitely help out as many people as possible. That's my goal. Because, like I said a million times, it's hard. Trading is hard. And if you don't have a buddy there to kind of guide you, you kind of have to scramble for information like I did. Like, the way I learned was just through osmosis, pretty much. I would just watch Crown Crypto. I would just watch Crypto Zombie day after day after day after day. And I didn't understand what the hell they were talking about, but I would learn the terms that they were talking about, and then I would go up and I would try to find them. I would research different methods of trading, and I would just kind of go through each thing as I went. And then eventually I found something that works, and I started, tweaking it a little bit. Every single trade that I failed, I would look back. What did I do? What did I do wrong? Anything like that, I would kind of work out. And it took me a while, but I eventually got it. And I owe pretty much my entire start to CBC patrons, Crown Crypto, and Philicone. That is why I shout them out so much. Whenever someone tells me or asks me, hey, Kite, what other channels besides yours do you recommend for learning how to trade? Pretty much the first thing I'm going to say is CBC patrons. And if you don't know who that is Crypto Bitcoin Chris, or Crypto Revolutions now. He has a Patreon group for $60 a month, okay, where he gives you access to probably like, I would say like 15 or so videos on how to start from scratch. He doesn't use leverage. Well, he does, but he doesn't teach leverage. And he just shows you how to do breakout trading, but that's a great place to start. Oh yeah, 0.1 BTC, my bad. So $800, my bad. What's up? Counter? You're on the counter?
Let's go.
Do you keep a trade journal? No, I don't really focus on my previous trades. I'll go trade by trade. So the trade that I make is the trade I'm focused on. And then afterwards, if it does fail for whatever reason, I try to determine what went wrong. And there's a very important lesson in learning that not every trade is a bad trade that you lose. Sometimes you take a good risk reward trade that simply does not work out. But identifying trades that you lose because of a mistake or a problem in your trading style versus you made a good trade, it just didn't work out. And that can definitely help your confidence as well. As long as you know that you're making good trades every single trade, you're not too much worried on losing trades. You're just worried on the next trade. And I think that's probably what's helped me the most. I'm not too worried about all my past losses and constantly hanging that over my shoulder. I'm worried about the trade in front of me, the trade ahead of me, the trade I'm in, the trade ahead of me, and learning lessons from my previous trade. I only have 3 trades in my head at any time, and then I pretty much forget about them. I know where I took my positions roughly, but I don't focus on them. And I know that's probably not like the exact way you're supposed to do things. I know some great traders keep meticulous journals on every single trade they've ever made, all their entries, all their exits, all the patterns, everything. But that's just not the way I do things. Kite, pop into Discord. Okay, I got you. Hey, buddy.
Oh, hey there.
Hey, neighbor.
Okay, State Farm. Give me my crypto.
Did you ever watch altcoins? Yeah, for a period of time, I tried trading multiple coins all at the same time. And that's just not for me. I don't think it's because I'm not a great trader. It's just because I rather focus on one thing. And since the majority of my portfolio is in Bitcoin, I rather just trade that and then hold the rest. So I just have one thing to manage. I can focus on that completely. Don't have to worry about anything else. But if you do want to maximize profits, definitely splitting up your portfolio and managing multiple coins, managing multiple breakouts all at the same time, that is definitely a great way to trade as well. Oh, do you ever watch your altcoins? No, I don't know who that is. I'm paper trading and losing everything. Gonna start DCAing soon. Yeah, DCAs are definitely a great way to get great entries as well as kind of get your profits along the way. So how's your day been, Seth? What's going on?
Going pretty well. It's a very profitable day. Lots of nice big moves. We're seeing the same pattern over and over again. So, makes it easy. And we had that big pump up, and then we just had this other big pump up. So we're stair stepping on the bigger time frames. But if you look on like the hourly, 2 hourly, just doing the same thing. And yeah, I agree. See the potential for way more upside.
Yeah,
Looks
definitely.
like you're doing well for yourself and your viewer count though.
Yeah, the schedule has definitely helped. 100%, the schedule has definitely helped.
Excellent. Well, happy New Year, dude.
You too, buddy. I've missed you.
Yeah, everyone's been busy, been stuck. But getting back to schedule as well for me.
Fish, go lay down. Go lay down. And stay on the couch. I'm right here. You can see me. Fish does this thing where like he'll start walking away and then he'll look back and he just has like a tear in his eye and he's just like, why have you forsaken me?
More treats. Or my dog loves the dental treats.
I've been giving him CBD treats and it has helped pretty much everything. Since I don't have his balls cut off to calm that down, CBD treats kind of supplement that. Can only imagine once I get him neutered. What is your ideal risk management style, Kite? So for me personally, I can lose 20% on margin trades. So my stop loss will calculate my leverage, which at the end of the day, my stop loss will always be 20%. And then I use 5% on swings and then 2% on scalps.
Your reference to support and resistance, knowing that was very good. I think a very good, important point to point out to your viewers.
Yeah, because there's just too many people that are trying to find the next best indicator, and you are the best indicator. You just have to learn how to do it first, and then your entries and exits will be phenomenal.
Yep, right on point. Like that's how I'm catching the bottom and the tops, and not just using horizontal support resistance, but diagonal support and resistance. You know, we were traveling in a singular channel for like 6 days. That was free profit. Like if anyone had that marked out.
Yeah, this month has
were
probably been
just
my
channels
best
within
month for
channels.
swing trading. It by far. This month I cleared 30 to 35% on my swings, and then whatever my scalps add up to. But this previous month, I think I only added about 15% on my swing. So I mean, this month has been absolutely phenomenal. And if this does get resolved and we go to the upside, I mean, that is crazy good for all the Bitcoin that I made down here. So I mean, things are going fantastic.
So
Yes,
you're
I didn't do. Seth only took one class, but he picked it up pretty fast, and he's been doing well ever since.
yeah, I vouch for Kite pretty strongly. You know, he's I was doing a little bit struggling. Like I haven't been trading much longer than Kite, and I just pick things up fast, analytically. Just an analytical thinker. So with his little help, was able to really accelerate a lot of things, and I wouldn't have found him without joining CryptoFace's server. So, gotta give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, that started everything. So that's why I don't bash on Market Cypher or anything like that. I do think it's a great tool, and I will never ever try to steal anybody away from CryptoFace. Kite, you still in that short? I am not in the swing short that was from 7,640, but I am in a short. My entry is $7,950, and I would be taking profit if we come down to about I would say 7,000, anywhere between $7,679 to even this Gonfan right here, about 7,556. That's why I would be taking profit on that short if that did happen.
Yeah, even if you're an experienced trader, I think taking a class with Kite would be definitely helpful. You have he's willing to fill in the gaps where you need it, and then you can see a different style of trading that he does. And the more tools you have in your toolbox, the more ready you are for anything that comes your way. So definitely recommend. I was profitable, but he made it more consistent.
Does the broadening wedge might give a micro support if we fall back down? That is a good point. That is actually a very good point. So yeah, I think you are correct on that one. So if we do fall down, yeah, so that's pretty much where I was thinking. I was thinking the top of this little wick over here, about 7,700. And that would line up pretty much perfectly. Obviously, it would be a little bit higher depending on where we fall down onto it. But that could definitely be where we find support and then start building this pendant. So thank you. I kind of did not see that. I don't know why. Do you think straighter to the fan? Wait. So I kind of give fans more priority than I do to actual patterns, but it's definitely good to have this as a backup. But ultimately, the gods are what I'm waiting to break in order to take my positions and stuff like that. Yeah, so the one-on-ones, they're done through Discord voice chat. And then from there we can screen share with each other. And typically how the sessions go is I'll teach something, and you'll kind of just watch, listen, ask questions. And then at the end, I'll have you share your screen with me, and then you kind of do what I did. and I make sure that everything's correct and set up correctly so that when I'm not there, you can do it on your own. And then from, if you're like 7-8 sessions in, it will eventually kind of turn out to be kind of like just a chatting type thing. Because eventually you do get through all the information. Once you kind of iron out everything, you kind of learn everything that you need to know. And then it becomes kind of like let's sit down, talk about the trades you've made. Have you made any mistakes? What were those mistakes? And just me kind of giving my commentary on those. And there's not really a set curriculum yet in terms of how I teach. Each one-on-one is kind of unique. I kind of get a feel for where they are in trading. I'll talk to them. I'll kind of run them through a couple different scenarios, try to figure out what they're having problems with, and then kind of cater the one-on-one session to them in particular. Is this guy on commission? No, Seth is not on commission. So one thing that I did not know yesterday, my green screen on the bottom has feet that are like this, but you can turn them like this so that it balances it. But I did not know that, so it just kept falling over. I'm stupid. So I'm good at trading, but I'm stupid.
So are you gonna start giving me commission? Because that'd be fucking sweet.
I could make up something. I could be like, if you get someone to sign up for a one-on-one, you get 10%. I don't know. But I definitely don't want it to be like people try to go and get everybody to sign up, overfloods me.
Oh.
I can't get to everybody. And I want to make sure that if people do it, they are 100% convinced by me. They see my personality. They see how I trade. They know what they're getting. That kind of thing.
Well, if I refer people and then they refer people and I get their commission, we can make the next big connect just with Kite.
It's a Kite Ponzi scheme at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought it was funny. I don't need your commission. It was a joke.
Just give your money to Kite. I'll trade it for you. You'll get 1% daily. Definitely not BitConnect, not whatsoever. I just got a new mouse pad. How do my mouse pads get so dirty? I did not put any food on this, and I know my hands are not that grimy. What the hell? You hear what my April Fool's joke is going to be for my YouTube channel?
What's that?
I am going to find the most absolute shit coin and shill the hell out of it on April Fool's. Like, I'm going to be like, dump all of your money into this. This is the best coin. This is better than Bitcoin.
So, Dragon Coin?
Be like Bitcoin Diamond.
I always see when like Crypto Zombie goes, oh well, let's see what's gone up in price today, and you always see like Dragon Coin with like $30,000 market cap, like up in the green. It's always random like that.
Please, I will like you to please set my market cipher. Set your market cipher? What do you mean by that? No, that video will soon be followed up like 5 minutes after with, hey, this was a joke. Don't prosecute me. April Fools, I'm sorry that you lost all your money and now your wife wants a divorce and you won't be able to see your kids again. Yeesh.
Well, instead of the plus token scam, you can make the minus token scam.
Hand
Just
hoover?
kidding, don't do that.
What's a hand hoover? All right, we're up here looking hand hoovers up. Oh, it's like a little tiny vacuum. I like how I'm acting so surprised that this thing exists, but I know that handheld vacuums have always been a thing. That was pretty sick. Keep going. I want to do a test. Okay, it stayed up. We're good. MACD cross. Cross. Oh, my finger goes out of frame.
All it took was a thought, cause the man got off of the train, but the train never stopped. And when they put what was left of his body in the ground, Willoughby was the name on the box. See, he went to that.
Yeah, the Telegram group, I try to put as much effort into it as the one-on-ones, because I know that not everybody can afford the one-on-one sessions. So when I do put like, hey, I entered this trade here, I make sure that you guys have all of the information so that you can learn from it, ask questions about it on the Telegram group, and you know, that's why the more people we have, the more questions I'm going to get, which can help out a lot more people, because not everybody feels comfortable asking questions or asking too many questions. Which, if you guys know me and you know from the live streams, I will answer the same exact thing 1,000 different times in the same live stream, and you will not see a frown on my face.
Well, I think what's important is when you have groups of people, you have a lot of people that don't necessarily know, certain good questions to ask, that would ultimately benefit them the most. So when you have a lot of people, you get more like visibility, and you're able to see like what questions are asked broadly, and those questions that other people ask may actually help you a lot more than you think.
Lay down.
That's kind of how it goes in like Fireside and the Market Cipher Discord.
Yeah, that's why when I didn't really have my own Discord and my own Telegram and everything like that. My one recommendation that if you wanted to really learn fast, it was go into the Market Cipher Discord, whether it was Scalp or Swing Channel. Listen, look at what people are saying, ask questions to people that are knowledgeable, like the Market Cipher Wizards, and someone will answer you. People are just trying to help people. I don't think anybody's out here trying to stunt someone's growth, because let's be honest, none of us are really whales. So we're on the same playing field. Can you talk about the importance of post only on leverage trading on Bybit? I'm not sure, because the only thing I know about post, because limit orders I think work the same exact way, but having post only allows you to make that market rebate. So if you don't have post only on, I think you won't get that rebate. So make sure you do have that on. It's not going to change anything, but having that check mark is definitely going to make the world of a difference. Fish, what are you doing? Ever since Fish was a baby, he will only eat food and play with his toys on top of my feet. Yes, I am whale. uh, I'm just afraid that you actually are. Basic questions should be answered in pinned comments, so you can tell newbies to go and get their answers from pinned comments. I want to do it in the most rude way possible, too. Like, I've answered this 1,000 times. Go check the pinned comments. Don't bother me. I'm busy. Target for short, 9K. My target for the short would probably be this support right here, if anything. So about 7,700. You know, if we come over a little bit more before it actually drops down, it could actually just land on 7,600, you know, somewhere around here. I just have to see the first couple of candles to really figure out how this is going to work out. We've had our swing high, okay? And if this is our top, we need to get some sort of swing low down to the bottom. It, you know, obviously it's going to take a couple candles. Great tone vase impression. I wish my vape had a wireless charger. I could just set it on my little Millennium Falcon wireless charger. BTC gonna hit 8.2 and then come down? It could, but my 3-day gone fan, which I do have these lined up to the best of my ability, is at about 8,085. So I have my stop loss right above that. Is there a fib retracement that you're getting that information off of? Don't see anything in between 1.2 and 1.72. You have any knowledge about Elliott impulse waves? Very little. Elliott wave is not something that I really dove deep into. I've watched a couple videos. I know some of the basics. I have a lot of notes written down on it, but I have not practiced it and tried to implement it into my trades. Sometimes if I can see clear waves, I'll make a guesstimation on what could happen from them, but it is not my, what's the word I'm looking for? My priority. Kite, do you think we could have a wick down to $7,368 because we have a CME gap between 7,368 to 7,387? A lot of the gaps do get filled pretty quickly, but for me, that would kind of change my perspective on this. That would actually, that would kind of look like a failed breakout to me, to be honest. For the one reason, if we break this support right here, we are back in this pattern, which, let's see, 7,368. Even if we fell down to this support and still got a bounce and then re-broke out to the upside, that still wouldn't be anywhere near what you're looking for. You're looking for somewhere around here, right? 68. So you're looking for about here. That just doesn't line up with any of my supports or resistances that would be tested. And for me, I do pay attention from time to time what the CME gaps are, but they are not something that I look to make trades off of. Lay down, buddy. Lay down. Lay down. Ooh. I have a bad habit of sitting my foot under my left leg, and then all the circulation in my right kneecap gets nowhere. Any mermaids out there? Lay down. Now, what is your problem? Just lay down. Be a good dog. What are you looking at? Retro House Mix. I'm doing absolutely fantastic, man. Today has been a great day, and it could get even better if we do have a little bit of a rejection here. You know, leading up to a breakout to 8.5K. Fish, lay down. I'm not doing this. Go lay down. Go lay down. Mrs. G, force the price down for me, please. Please. I would love you. I'm long from 7,540. Do you think we'll retrace to that before another leg up? I don't believe so. If we broke this support, we definitely could fall down to that. But ultimately, I would probably be expecting this particular Gonfan to hold. So, I mean, depending on how far we come out, if we drop straight down, obviously we could come back down to 7,516, but that's not going to happen. Well, I can't say that, but unlikely to happen. But let's say we come over a little bit and then fall down on this Gonfan, we'll probably see about $7,639. So move that over a little bit. That is, I mean, these lights are so cool. They're like little computer screens, but their only purpose is to lighten your face up. VWAP crossing down on scalp indicators. Awesome. I'm happy with that. And we still have this bearish divergence right here. It's not massive, but it's enough to give us a little bit of profit on this, a little bit of a short. Let's go down to a 30-minute. 30-minute money flow is starting to decline a little bit. We're starting to get curvature in the oversold territory, as well as getting our first tick down on the histogram. Good sign. We'll go down to a 15-minute. 15-minute, we're getting a bounce at the 70, which we could see a little bit more upside as well. Money flow starting to decline. MACD coming down. We do not have any bearish divergences off of the 15-minute besides this one. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it, man. Hey, mate, why have you stopped to use the Kite indicator? It's not that it wasn't accurate. Okay, if you're looking for a good stepping stone, you know, market cipher B, kite crossing, those are good indicators because they're just general momentum indicators. But if you're looking to get better entries, meaning you can use more leverage because your stop loss is better, you have to learn how to read charts effectively. And lately, I've been really putting more time into that, and it's been paying off greatly. So that's why you don't see me using kite crossing or market cipher B that much anymore. I try to limit my indicators that I'm using, and most of the time, I don't make my decisions based off of indicators entirely. It's purely based off of support and resistance, allowing me to, like I said, it's a ripple effect. If I get a better entry, my stop loss is lower, so I can use more leverage, make more profit, so on and so on and so on. As long as I'm taking good risk to reward trades, that is. What is your opinion of the Chinese New Year dump that typically happens? By the way, this is Durson. I don't remember what happened during Chinese New Year at any point in the past, so I really don't have any information on that. When is Chinese New Year, by the way? Can you explain a bit the daily time frame from an MCA, the green point? Green dots on market cipher B aren't long, like on market cipher A, that is, are not long indications technically. You'll get a lot of green dots right before a top, followed by, you know, you'll have usually a green dot and a trend shift indicator before some downside. So I think for me, it's a way to identify tops. But on the daily chart, I'll go to that real quick. That could be meaning one of two things. If this daily candle body closes below this, maybe this is going to be our actual top and we could actually fall down to this. I'm not sure about that. I work on much smaller time frames, and I'll check the daily from time to time to kind of get a feel for what's happening. Okay, but it's not my main focus. I'm focused more on the smaller dominoes, you know, like the medium dominoes. And then on my Scalp account, I'm focusing on the smaller dominoes. This is a large domino, okay? So it's not where my main focus is, but depending on where this daily candle closes, that definitely could mean a couple things. I mean, obviously, if we get a candle body close above this resistance, that is bullish. But ultimately, we would need a candle body close above this particular Ganfan before we see any really major price upside action towards the next one around 9.2. Once we get past that, that is technically where we're trying to get. Will we get there? The smaller dominoes will tell. My target is about 8.5K. That is what I am comfortable with saying to take some profit at. But technically, the target for this little formation that we were looking at here, that would come up to about 9,000. And if we're looking at this particular structure as a ascending triangle, okay, we have our diagonal support here going up, and we have a horizontal resistance over here. Let's say that this was the point of breakout. We could see around 9.1K as well. So that's why I'm getting those numbers. We're trying to get a second bump on the 15-minute RSI to create some diagonal resistance. But this could kind of pump us up. Whoever said we might pump up to 8.2 might be right. But like I said, this Ganfan is pretty, you know, we could get a wick up there and come right back down, which would be very, very unfortunate, but we'll see how it goes. Legendary Brain Cake, what's up, man? Glad to have you back. Oh my god, we're at 68 viewers.
I did a little advertising.
Oh, thank you, man. I'll have your commission ready in the morning.
Oh, hell yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, if we hit 100
like
viewers,
1 XRP?
I don't know if I'll start that schedule right away. I was thinking maybe in a couple weeks I'll hit 100 viewers concurrent, but let's see. Any questions that I missed? Sometimes I miss stuff in chat and I'll see it like 20 minutes later. I think I've gotten to everybody. Yeah, but Legendary Brain Cake, my new schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. EST. And if I do hit 100 viewers at any point in time, I kind of said on this live stream that I'll be switching up my schedule a little bit. Where on the days I have off, I'll probably do Tuesday and Thursday. I'll do early live streams for people in other countries. Because I know that when I do start at 8 p.m. To 12 p.m., it's pretty late. Because I know that most of Europe is around 6 hours ahead of me. I know Australia is like 12 hours ahead of me. So I know it's hard for you guys to get into this live stream.
So bring your vibe over here. Throw it up in the air. Run my hands through your hair.
I hate having to look at this screen because this one is the one that has the light above it and it's blinding me. Well, thank you for staying up so late and watching me. I appreciate it. Yeah, but if I do, the nighttime streams, that works well for me. And then, I'll make the sacrifice. If you guys are willing to watch me, I'll definitely make the sacrifice and do probably like 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the afternoon on those days. And then I'll probably have Saturday and Sunday off. Which I don't technically have off because I'll typically schedule a couple one-on-one sessions on Sunday and Saturday.
She said she ain't Lucy. I said not yet. She said she ain't Lucy.
What are you gonna do?
I fix you up something.
That's why I have not gotten a girlfriend yet, because I know one or two things are gonna happen if I get a girlfriend. Either one, I will not be paying much attention because I'm either one trading or I'm always, doing live streams or something like that, so I can't give her a lot of time. Or the opposite effect is gonna happen, or I'm gonna give her too much time and I won't be able to trade that often, and I won't be able to see you guys as often. So that's one of the reasons why I've kind of not pursued that right now. So I've been down that road a couple times.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Get out.
That's why I've been busy the last 2 weeks, man.
Hey, dude, when's the dump coming? I'm starting to think I missed the boat. I mean, I can't give you an exact, time, but you would want to get your entry as high as possible. So if this was our top, you kind of have missed the boat if you want to get the exact top. Otherwise, you could just lower your leverage, okay? A good stop loss would be above this three-day gone fan, okay? So let's say you took your entry right now, okay? Give it some breathing room so you can get a wick. So your stop loss is going to be about 3.35%. Okay, so for me, I could use about 5x on that. 5, 6, 7x, 6.5x. That would be my comfortable position. But that's not really a good risk to reward. Okay. If we're doing this, my entry was right here. Okay. And my stop loss is right up here. My target is down here. That comes out to a 1.4. So that's not even a good risk to reward ratio. But it's something I'm willing to take on a scalp account. Because a little bit of profit on top of what I've already made. And that's not too bad. Like I said, I've made so many great trades this month that one little loss does not even dent anything. Because, these trades here, these 3 trades, this one here, that was a 10.19. That was a 5.54. That was a 6.78. Pretty damn good. Fishy, go lay down. You're being so good. Go lay down. Yeah, bull trap. That's a trader joke right there.
Yeah. Hey. It's the siege.
John, thank you for staying around, man. I do appreciate that. Have a good night, man. Or morning. I don't know. Someone in the crypto chat on Market Cypher goes, Kite is bullish as fuck. I'm being realistic with what I'm looking at. Maybe he tuned in to the part where I said, you know, a 10.5. I was just saying what could happen if certain things happen. I'm not saying that we're going to those numbers. I'm just saying that if certain resistances get broken, obviously we're going to go to those numbers. But if they're calling us pumping up to, you know, 9K, you know, anywhere between 8.5 to 9K, bullish as fuck. I don't know. I mean, it is bullish, and it is a really good price, you know, to get to. It would have a lot of benefits to me. But I do think that we are going to consolidate for just a tad bit, let these indicators cool off, and then from there we could pump even further. Or, obviously, if I see at any point we get a rejection off the 50 on the RSI, that could be an early warning sign that this is a failed breakout to the upside, and we will make one more trip downwards, where from there, we could break out to 5.5K, which, if that happens, you will see a smile on my face that you won't want to see. A smile that I can only describe as murder. Murder. Absolute market murder.
Miss G will help you in your shorts.
She's my whale caveat. Is that the word? Caveat? Caveat? English isn't my first priority.
You thinking about a confidant?
Confidant, yes. Thank you so much. This is why you get your commission.
Ah,
I think BTC is BAT is good for a couple reasons. One, it's advertising token. Advertising is a, you know, multi-hundred billion dollar industry. If you can tokenize that and get it mainstream, that is going to be absolutely monumental. So that is definitely a good buy. I haven't looked at the charts recently, but I definitely hold quite a bit of it. I know Ethereum is close to hitting a bottom. A lot of these altcoins are starting to hit bottoms. So that's one of the reasons why I do think a good pump is due, not only for altcoins, but also for Bitcoin, which we could be seeing. But I do think, like, if we come up to here and then get rejected, I think it's just going to continue down. And I do think we will eventually get to 5.5K sometime. But if we don't, it's just one of those things. I remember back in 2017, Data Dash always going, you know, we should come down and retest this number. I think it'd be really good. And then he goes, well, that was out of the window, and we pumped up like 100%. And that number never got hit. So, I mean, this could be one of those times where I make a call, or, you know, my opinion is that we're going to go down to 5.5K and we never see it. And from here, we go all the way up to $70,000. I don't know. I think that's my new catchphrase. I don't know. I don't know.
no, it's I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Fish, do not eat my shoes. Do not eat my shoes. I have to buy new Air Forces because of you.
Did you see in Brave Browser they implemented a crypto wallet?
Yep.
And you can interface your ledger and Trezor with it as well now.
I've actually gotten a couple tips through Brave Browser, which is pretty cool.
Sweet.
black and gold, everything. We going crazy, we jump around like Marines. We rage against the machine. Nigga,
Stomping my Air Force Ones.
You ready? Turn everything up. Turn everything up. Turn everything up. Turn everything up. Turn everything up.
I'm vaping with just like a blueberry, pomegranate, just a mix of berries. That's what I'm vaping on. I like, you know, I don't like too fruity flavors. I gave this one a chance, and it's pretty good. I typically like green apple, custards. Green apple and custards, those are probably my favorites. Hey, get off the shoes, or I'm gonna have to lock you up in doggy prison, okay? You wanna go to doggy prison? And this time when you get out of doggy prison, there's going to be no food. The only time Fish ever goes in his crate is when I go out to get groceries or food. Well, I mean, that's the same thing, but like fast food. And I always bring him something back. So he knows that if he's good in the, you know, if he stays in the crate, he's getting food at the end. But this time, no. No.
Yeah. You ready? Hey. Let's go. Back. Yo, once again I'm back around. Real shit back in style. Haters reconcile. I'm so black and proud. First class.
Let me move my little. I gotta move this up here. So that if for whatever reason I get stopped out tonight, I can go back to bed being sad. Okay, now say what you love about Fish. Fish is cute. Fish is a good cuddle buddy. Yeah, I think that's it.
Have I gone too far? Do you detect something different? If you look inside my head, would you say something's missing? If you could give all your riches just to say the word, would you risk it?
Here, come here, Fish.
Politicians so old, can't tell if the dead where they living. Better ask Kathy Griffin. You know I like to raise stakes. We was always taught to hit the gas, we ain't even know they made breaks. We control our own fate, watching dreams take shape. Try to keep us out, we gon' freak out, turn this bitch to water cake. I don't need your mandate, don't need you to elevate. I'm about to detonate, cause I'm at my prime. Yeah. I'm at my prime. Said I'm at my prime. We at our prime. Hey, hey, we at our prime. Yeah.
He's eating a treat right now, but as soon as he's done, I'll pick him up and put him in front of the camera. His eyes go like this, so he looks like a fish as well.
Said I'm at my prime. Give me a second, I'm trying to select the
So you're in a short now? I'm in a scalp short. Once we get above this line, I'll feel more confident in opening up a swing long. But yeah, like I am expecting a little bit of downside just to come back down, test some support, and then we'll go back up to the upside. Obviously, depending on what happens on the indicators at what points can influence that decision a little bit. But that is my plan. So I'm looking for it to come back down, test this support. It could even hold this fib line. I mean, that is technically way more bullish than if we actually came back down to here and started building a pattern. Because there'll be many times where it has to kind of push up above this again. But yeah. Okay, Fish, come here.
You pull up in cars, you act like it's yours, but we know that shit'll just rent it. Benefited it now, we the ones that your mommy wants. You a bitch, should've stayed in the house. Don't open your mouth. We lurk in the swamp,
Snorts.
so count your days.
This is fish. Say hi, fish. Say hello. Hi. What's up, guys? My name is Dog. You see what he's doing? He's... Hello. Your breath stinks. That's enough, fish. Taking away my attention. Oh yeah, he snores. Let me see if I can find a video of it. I have a video of him snoring.
LOL.
I don't know how well it's gonna show up on camera.
The game, bitches. We are no longer your servant. While you use us to communicate, consume, and entertain,
Let me see if it shows up.
we have been watching, collecting, we know everything about you. Our domination begins now. So,
Besides the background, I don't know what I was doing or what I was watching, but the background is terrifying.
Taz! Yo, wake up, man. It's your verse. What? It's your verse, dude. Oh, shit, right now? Yeah, right now.
Wake up in the morning, cut the TV on and see niggas lying again. Put you in the coffin, slap you in your office, then leave with all of your pins. I ain't giving nothing back, loyal to the pad. Pennies being dry, money getting stashed. Snakes in the grass, too many rats. Shit is up and down, it's hard being black. Really, I be calling out my enemies. Never let a hater finish me.
So like, he snores, but he doesn't have a lot of the breathing problems that typical pugs have, because he's a mutt. He's mixed between Palpian and Pug, and while Palpians don't have the most, you know, elongated nose, it's definitely a lot better than a lot of, you know, like really smushed in pugs. I get the reference because it's like a chainsaw, and I don't know why I would take a chainsaw to a tree like an axe. Just oh, I dropped my Bitcoin. My friend got me for this for Christmas. It's just like a little Bitcoin case, and then a little Bitcoin in it. Isn't that cute? Korean, what's up, buddy? That's awesome, Retro. Come on. Do the thing on our side. Do the thing. You can see that bearish cross is coming up pretty soon. Oh, it took it a 30 minute. 30 minutes starting to curve over nicely. Got a couple ticks down on the histogram, but price is still going up. That's a good sign of some bearish divergence happening right there. Fake out incoming. Could be. Could be. That's why I'm waiting for this particular resistance to be broken before I really enter a long in terms of a swing position. My short swing from over here got stopped out right about here, and then after that I had a long position from right about down here, and that did very, very well. Took my profit off of that. Now I'm currently sitting short for a little bit. And if we ever do go back down below this fib retracement, I probably will open up a swing short. And until some of this resistance is broken, I mean, some support to the downside is broken, if that ever does happen, I'll probably have to put my stop loss up here initially. But as time goes on, I can move my stop loss down lower and lower. Therefore, you know, increasing my risk to reward ratio and just kind of letting it work itself out. Benjamin Cohen. I have not heard of him, but I will look him up. I'm sure he's pretty good. If you like him, I'm sure he's pretty good. I split 7 trees last week. My body is a snore. Is a snore mess. A little recap, please. Just got out of work. So my recap. Okay. So we are definitely breaking out. Okay. We're in the early stages of having a macro breakout. Okay. The target would be about 9,100. But you should expect anywhere from 85 to 9,100. So don't be overzealous in that fact. Now, this particular Gon fan is going to be a huge resistance. So that's why we're kind of stalling out at it. You know, if we do form a little bit of a pattern, we can definitely have enough momentum to break out to the upside going from here. So what I'm expecting is for us to come down to either this support or somewhere around here. And then from there, forming a pendant formation or a bull flag, which will actually help us get past that. Now, I could be wrong, and us finding support along this, that definitely could continue this macro uptrend. If so, I'll be stopped out right here. I can take a long position, put my stop loss down here, and let that baby ride up. What's that one song that I really like by him? It's not this. It's not this. Not that. What's that song? I should have saved it when I had the chance, but... do you use trailing stop losses when you go to sleep? No. I proactively manage my stop loss throughout a trade. I have never used a trailing stop loss. Ish. Like yawn. The body, raise up the yard right now. Tell me who you are, get in the car right now. Reach for the stars, I want it all right now. Tell me who you are, get in the car right now. Reach for the stars, I want it all right now. Tell me who you are, get in the car right now. Reach for the stars, I want it all right now. Just into the car, fighting a war right now. We shitting on y'all, I'm in the store right. Put your feet on the ground, look around. It's the siege and we back in your town, burning it down. You've been waiting too long for the sound. 5 minute gotta bounce off the 50 right here. But that is just the 5 minute. All right, Stefan, I appreciate it, buddy. You're welcome for the information. I'm glad you found use from it. And yeah, man, see you around. Yeah, I pretty much have a trade open every single day of the week. Whether it's a swing trade or a scalp trade. And I'll either have a take profit point that I set prematurely that if I am sleeping. But I use trend lines and I'll set them to where I'm looking at. And then I have speakers that will wake me up out of bed. So there's been many, many nights where it'll be like 3:30 in the AMs. And a speaker from hell will wake me up and I'll freak out, try to figure out what's going on, and then do whatever I need to going forward, and then go back to bed. Let's do our little crypto forecast. What is this? A Bitcoin pump? That's all you get. Did my hand go out of... Yeah, my hand was out of frame there, wasn't it? That's the thumbnail. I'm just gonna start doing that unironically. Can I invert this? Transform? Flip horizontal? Oh, that's pretty neat. Does that look like I'm looking up the charts? Yo, what's up, guys? That kind of messes up my brain when I'm looking at that. Like looking at myself upside down, but I'm not upside down. All right, so my head is the resistance. Okay.
Had to come remind you, act like you forgot. Homie passed the rock right here, I got the shot. Dunking over top of all the mental blocks. Bust through doors. How you gonna do that? If I'm in your space.
I think I gotta go to Foot Locker tomorrow and get some new shoes. I am the macro resistance.
Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire.
All right, we're gonna go back to regular.
Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire.
I could also do.
Consequences die. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. I can't get no satisfaction. I'm on edge. I can't control my reaction. They around me and I don't know what's happening, cause I fight back, but they keep on attacking. Get them big guns on me, got them big ones on me. Boy, it's like Tupac clone me. Boy, I'm like Biggs, big homie. Boy, I'm like two Shaq and Kobe's. Four of them dudes can't hold me. Born for this, the Lord of this. I'm Morpheus, I'm just trying to find a rope. Let's go. You are now in tune with that bomb shit. I am coming through like a comet. Commas, profit, all in my pocket. That's knowledge. I'm about to come through and make a deposit. You are now in tune with that bomb shit. I am coming through like a comet.
What program do you use for live streaming? I use Streamlabs OBS. I used to use just regular OBS for a long time because Streamlabs didn't work for me. It had a lot of issues with it, but over time they fixed those issues and it's probably one of the best. Oh no, we're back to this. There we go. Like I did a backflip, but I didn't even have to try. I wonder if, like, stream intermission. Oh, that's pretty cool. If I could get the stream chat to show. Chat box. Someone say something in chat and see if that pops up right here. You know what I'm talking about. This is pretty cool. I haven't really messed around with a lot of the other stuff I have here. Like I got a Be Right Back screen, stream ending screen. I'd never use these. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, it does work. That's pretty cool. All right, glad to know that works. I'll have to get some way to get price tickers over here. These bots are upping their game. If you ever join like one of those random crypto discords, and you always get those, you know, giveaway messages and anything like that, every once in a while it'll be an actual person, and I just troll the absolute living hell out of them. They're like, "Hey man, how you doing?" I'm doing terrible. I've lost all of my money. And they'll be like, "That is awesome. I have a solution for you. We have this such and such group, or whatever, or you send this person and they'll send you this much back or anything like that." I'm like, that sounds absolutely fantastic. I only have $200,000 left. If I send it to you, like, I'll get them really excited because I know like their pupils are dilated now, their heart's beating. They're like, "We're about to score a big one, boys. We're about to score a big one." And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm done with crypto finally. I think this is it. And then I just cut off all communication with them. All right, man. Alexander, thank you for stopping by and staying in the stream so long. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for your time. Have a good night, bud. And last wish, more specific topics for the upcoming streams. I don't know if it'll ever get to that point. I just kind of do it by questions. And it just so happens to be that, some streams are a little bit better, more educational than others. Sometimes we just hang out, look at TikToks together. Depends on the day. Hey, for screen sharing, do you need to send a Google Hangout link? Just to know, so I will be all set up. No, it's just, it's all done through Discord. Discord has a screen sharing function. And I mean, if you have Nitro, you can share in a little bit better resolution. I got Nitro, so that way you guys have a clear crystal picture when looking at my charts. Sometimes it's difficult when someone's all the way around the world because the connection really isn't that fantastic. And sometimes there might be a session where we won't be able to share screens, but it's all depending on what's happening. Fish, get off of the shoes. Do not chew on my Nikes. Go lay down, fishy boy. Go lay down. Go lay down. Lay down.
In silence, with blindness, through darkness, I'll walk with you when time's up, when they find us. I promise I'll be with you. I signed up and I've made.
I just saw that picture of your dog, Rob, and I'll be honest, I did not see her the first time, even with that arrow. What time is it? It's only 9:38. I've been streaming for 2 hours now. So probably at like the 2 hour and 45 minute mark, or maybe 3 hours, depending on what's happening. If we do pump even further, probably gonna hop off, grab some Z's. Let me check my calendar. What I got planned for tomorrow.
Gotta ride your yacht at 4 a.m.
I think that even if I had the opportunity to ride on a yacht, I would not wake up at 4 a.m.
Teach their own.
That was the best comeback.
I mean,
I was like the
sure
nonchalant, like it was like To each their own. Just, it was like indifference. Just indifference.
Of course.
If World War III makes it so I can't trade Bitcoin anymore, you better bet I'm gonna be the most angry one on the battlefield. Like, I'm gonna be tearing shit up. I'll be like, I'm into this war as fast as possible because I didn't get back in my goddamn office chair so I could trade Bitcoin. That's all I want to do. I got drafted for no goddamn reason. Alright, let's go. We got Bluetooth in this tank. Fish, go lay down. Go lay down. I thought that would just turn my shirt into a green screen, but it turned me into a green screen, and now I'm offended. Because I am not blue. I was afraid that I'm playing tug of war with my dog. One day his teeth are just going to pop out and I'm not going to know how to react. Hold on a second. Let me put him back in. I'll be... Stop. Don't cry. What happened? You drop a tooth? I'm surprised YouTube has not picked up any of this copyrighted music. Still don't have a... Cool. Trump pump.
I don't want nobody looking, man. This is for all of that hate that I took in. Turn up the heat like I'm cooking. I get out the same energy that I put in. Did all the things that you couldn't. They got in my way and I just kept on pushing. Change up the state like I'm moving. As soon as I pull in, I'ma go ahead and bounce back. Got what I need, yes indeed. Even though I might bleed, man, I'ma proceed to bounce back. This how it be when you know you got the keys. You at ease, cause all you gotta do is bounce back. Same old plan, different.
This is not a dildo. This is a dog toy. I know someone's gonna be like, you can't tell me otherwise. Israel sold a Facebook fan page for 6K to a new site in Belgium. What would you do with that? Invest a few alts or trade on Bybit? It's all dependent on what you're looking for. If you're looking for the next, best thing, something that's going to grow by thousands of % by just holding it, definitely take a look at some of the altcoins that are more viable. I definitely think there's a couple 1,000% left in Ethereum. Definitely this next market cycle, I definitely think you'll probably see around like 1,500%. Would that work out? Maybe a little bit more. So this next bull run, I do think that Ethereum will probably get up to about probably about like $4,000 or more. That's some good gains right there. I would say just add it to your portfolio in total. Depending on how you want to, diversify, that's up to you. Me personally, I hold about, I would say a maximum of 25% in alts and then 75% in Bitcoin. Keep most of it on a Ledger Nano or on a secure web-based wallet. If you like Exodus, as long as you have two-factor authentication on, you can use that. And then the amount that you're actually trading with, I would say put about 10% onto your Bybit. 10% onto your swing account. About, I would say maybe 10% on your swing account, well, Scalp account and swing account. That way you have readily available Bitcoin to trade with. You're never going to be using the max amount, but you know what you're going to be using. And then from there, take some good risk reward trades, watch the money roll in. Rest is history. $6K is definitely a good amount though. For scalps, that would put you at about, let's see, that'd be $120 for a scalp. And about, let's see, no, that's not right. 6,000, 10% would be $600. So yeah, 5% would be $300. 2% would be about $120. So that's a pretty good trade size right there. So I mean, on some swing trades, you'll be able to hit a couple 100%ers most of the time. So you'll know you'll probably be getting consistent, $300 every, I would say every week and a half, 2 weeks. I mean, it's exponential. So, 2, 3, 4 months down the line, you'll probably be trading with, $400, so on and so on and so on. So you'll make some good money off of that, as long as you treat it correctly and use good risk management. That is. Fish.
This is the year of the beer, leave a hair on a chair so they know we was here. Staring at fear like a deer when the car coming near in the middle of the road, bit of beer. You don't wanna rock with the man, hands off of the grands, counting up bands while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam, but the top wasn't playing. Now everybody wanna be friends. Damn. How you? Said I'm just fine, in the right place at the wrong time. Said I go crazy, out of my mind. And I think back when Daddy wrote down that it might scrape.
Where's my quarter at?
Work hard and it might shine. Let me slow down, switch the time and quit hiding, bitch.
Go lay down, fishy. Go lay down. Alrighty, guys, we're at the 2 hour and 30-minute mark. We've had some pretty exciting times. We started pretty much, I think we started the stream around here, so we didn't catch the full pump. I should have started a little bit earlier. I am sorry for that. But I think I'm gonna be heading off for the night. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about then. And yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic, guys. I think we even hit higher viewer count than we did last time, so thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, if we ever do hit 100 viewers, I'll change my streaming schedule a little bit, and that way, a lot of people that live in other countries have the opportunity throughout the day to kind of hop in and say hi. You're looking at Neo also. I don't know a lot about Neo, so I am sorry. Thanks, man. I have to go now. All right, man. We're leaving at the same exact time. Have a good night, Retro. Latino Chavez. See you, buddy. Oh, man. I know I'm going to sleep like a rock tonight. So I didn't get a lot of sleep today. So I tried to get to bed early last night, but for some reason I just could not sleep. And one of the reasons why is because when you're starting intermittent fasting, since your body is, starting to burn fuel and you're not used to having that much energy, it keeps you up at night, which kind of sucks for the first, week or two. Just something you have to deal with. But I ended up going to sleep at like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and I had to be up at 6. So that kind of sucked. Abdullah, is that how you pronounce your name? So I can say it confidently. But have a good night, man. Look forward to starting our session soon. Korean, as always, thank you for stopping by. I know you weren't first this time, but in your heart, I know you were. Chain Wax, have a good one, man. You can't believe that I'm not already at hundreds of viewers. I just started out, and I haven't really, I've been starting to be more consistent. The viewer count is growing. So one day, eventually, I think I will be there, but I'm not rushing it. I should use my Bitcoin profits to buy commercials on YouTube. Tails, have a good night, buddy. I'll just be happy to turn these lights off, to be honest. These lights are so cool, man. And turn it to warm. Messes up the green screen. Turn them off. Look how dark it gets in my room. This is just the monitors that are shining on my face right now. Oh, that feels good though. To have those lights off, that feels 100% better. And that is with the light completely turned off. This is at like the least bright it can get. At least you can kind of see my face. But if I turn it off, oh no, I'm gone. I'm gone. You can. Hello. All right, guys. I think we'll cut to black. We will resume on today's Monday, so Wednesday. And yeah, I appreciate your time, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you guys later. Peace out, guys. This is the awkward part where I gotta find the end stream button. No! 1Q Bybit. I'm sorry, man, but the stream is coming to an end. So I appreciate you for stopping by for such a little amount of time. But hopefully you can catch it next time at on next Wednesday, well, this Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST to 8 p.m. EST to whenever I get tired. So sorry, man. Catch you next time. Peace out, guys. This is the part where I gotta find the end stream button. I've gotten better at it over time, so I don't think that's the bit anymore, but